What's going on, everyone? It's Sam. Today I'm going to be looking back at some old photos of myself. So the other day I figured that it has actually been a couple of weeks since I sat here and did like a sit down video. I have missed it. This is my favourite place to film videos, sat right here talking to you all. So today I thought that I would look at some old photos of myself. My family have thousands of photos, just old photos from years and years ago. And I thought that I would look at them in front of you all. So if you're transgender, you might understand how difficult looking back at old photos can be. There's a lot of dysphoria involved, but I've definitely gotten better, and I feel like I'm in a place now where I'm able to look back at them and not feel quite so dysphoric. So let's just get on with it, and I'll put the photos on the screen so you guys know what I'm looking at. So let's go. So this photo is actually the first photo that I have on my computer. So this was a Christmas party. Obviously I'm with Santa. I used to be so scared of Santa. Like, I would cry when I went anywhere near him. I don't look too afraid in this photo, but trust me, when I was younger I actually used to leave a letter for Santa every single Christmas Eve telling him not to come in my room because I was like so scared of him. I'm not sure what I make of this dress. It's a very interesting blue, and it's quite sparkly. Yeah, I'm not sure about that dress. The person that's holding me is my dad, so I don't even know. So this was 2000, so I'd have been about 1 in this photo. Okay, this next photo I actually kind of like, and I think it's somewhere on the wall in the house, because in this photo I don't feel like I look like a girl, which, I don't know, there's a lot of photos where I genuinely look at and I think I actually look like a guy when I was younger, which is pretty cool that I've got those kind of photos that I can have around the house. To have some baby photos around the house is nice. Not massively sure what I'm doing in this Pampers box, but yeah, this is a photo that I do actually like. I'm also naked as well, which is a bit weird, but I like this photo. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie, is it bad that I think I look really cute in this photo? Honestly, like, I think I've got a cute smile in this photo. Again, not sure what's going on with the dress. Interesting red colour. But this is I like this photo. I don't know how well you can see the background on the photo, but this bedroom, this was in my old house, my childhood home, and this was my parents' bedroom that I'm in, and the walls were like a dark blue, and the bed was like a green. It was very nice. Car that I'm in on this photo, we actually sold like not that long ago. I've got a little sister, and I'm pretty sure she went in this car as well. I'm not 100% sure, but it wasn't that long ago that we actually sold this car. I used to love driving around in like little kids' toy cars. I always wanted to be able to drive when I was younger, and I loved this. So this actually had like a base on it. So when you were younger, you could have your feet up and off the floor so that someone could push you around in it. And then when you're a bit older, you could take out the base and you could like push along yourself. I've always been a little bit lazy, and I remember always asking someone to like push me around in it and wanting to keep the base on the bottom of it. But it got to the point where I had to like kick my legs out because I got too big, and I didn't like that. So I kind of gave up driving that because I had to do it myself. Always been active. I don't know what it is with these dodgy dresses, like, damn, a dodgy dress and some Wellingtons. I don't know how old I was in this. I'm going to take a guess at about 2. This was in my old house again. I'm watering the flowers in my wellies. I don't remember this at all. I've got a dummy in my mouth. I had a dummy for way longer than I should have. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, yeah, I kept my dummy for far too long. Okay, so we're starting to get a bit older in these photos now, and the next set of photos are where I look at them and I can remember being this age, so therefore I'm like way more dysphoric about them. And me showing you guys these photos, there's a lot of trust involved here, so you guys have got to understand, like, these photos kind of, like, I haven't chosen, like, the most dysphoric photos because I wouldn't put those on the internet, but, like, you guys need to understand that, like, I'm trusting you all because I kind of don't like these photos. Also, as well, I wasn't the most attractive of children. When I was a baby, I looked, like, normal, but I feel like as I started to get older, especially as puberty kicked in, genuinely, it's probably not the nicest thing to say, but I literally look like a boy in a wig. I've always had like a boy face, so to kind of like top it all off, I look terrible in the photos as well, which makes it like 10 times worse. Okay, so this is Christmas. I was probably 7 or 8. I'm still wearing girls' clothes at this point. I probably have integrated like a bit of boys' stuff here and there. Obviously, I've always played football, things like that. I probably did have some boys' trainers, some boys' t-shirts, things like that. But there was still a lot of like female stuff in my life. I think that in terms of toys, because as you can see, my main Christmas present is a new doll. I have to say that even if I was born as a cisgender guy, I still proudly believe that I would have been into like Barbies and dolls and things like that. Because I've got Asperger's, all of my toys were all very realistic things. So things like superheroes, things like that, I wasn't interested. The more kind of like the boyish toys that I owned were actually army toys. So again, unfortunately, realistic toys. So I kind of don't see my childhood toys as being a form of my gender expression. It was more down to my Asperger's, and that's not me like making an excuse. Like, it's just, that's what I believe. I think we also should probably talk about the glasses. I kind of looked like Harry Potter, and I also had really bad teeth. I had braces when I was 12. I had them for a year, so 12 to 13. And they like improved my teeth dramatically, but before that I had like proper stick out bad teeth, and they were also very gappy when I was younger as well, so I apologise for that. But I mean, even in the background of this you can see that there's like a pushchair in the background. That wasn't a Christmas present, that was just something that I already owned. This is what I mean, I had a lot of, I suppose, what would be deemed as feminine toys, but it was because I just loved realistic toys, like looking after children, like setting up Barbie houses. I just like that kind of thing. This is embarrassing, to say the least. Like, that's like the most unreal pose ever. I couldn't ride a skateboard at this point. I was too scared to like kick off. So yeah, you'd never know that was fake, would you? So as you can see in this photo, all of the stuff that I'm wearing is boys' clothes. I would say I'm about 8 or 9 here, and when I was 8, everything became boys. My room, my clothes, everything. I'm actually wearing some Clark's trainers. That was the one thing every year my mum would take me to Clark's, get my feet measured, and I'd get some new trainers. And I started going to the boys section instead. Yeah, that's something that I can kind of recall, and I actually said that in one of my gender clinic meetings. I went from the girls section in Clark's to the boys section, and I just kind of never looked back. I think for me, it was more realising that I could do these things. So my parents never stopped me, it's just I never realised that I could. So as soon as I found out that I was able to wear what I wanted and be who I wanted to, I just went for it and never looked back. Again, we're in with the dodgy glasses. They're actually pink as well. Yeah, I'm wearing, again, all boys' clothes. This was my first ever guinea pig. She's not here anymore. Rest in peace. I think her name was Ronnie. I had 2 guinea pigs. I had Ronnie and I had Roxy. They're both not here anymore. Rest in peace. But yeah, who remembers? So in this photo, I'd have been about 9 or 10, and I'm wearing, what was the film called? It was a Monsters film, Monsters vs Aliens. Loved that film. Went to see it, and I had a couple of t-shirts with the movie characters on. I love that film, Monsters vs Aliens. That was on Netflix at one point. when I finish filming this video, I might have to see if it's still on there. Okay, we are on to the final 2 photos. Now, these 2 photos are kind of important to me. The first one is important to me because I remember looking at it and crying, because this was one of the last summers that I was able to go shirtless. So, yeah, that's always been something that there's been times where I've looked back at it and actually cried, because I just wish that I'd figured it out earlier so that I could have got blockers earlier and not needed to have surgery in the future, which is just a pain. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but it's just annoying. So that's kind of that one. But then if I scroll down, this one here is where, obviously, as you can see, I'm in the pool, the same pool again. This is like a year later, 1 or 2 years later. And I'm wearing like a swimming t-shirt, because obviously my chest has grown, and seeing the difference in the 2 photos makes me really sad, because I know that this is kind of like my breaking point where things are starting to change. And it was just really difficult, as some of you guys can probably understand. So that is all the photos that I'm going to show you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up and comment down below saying whether you want a part 2 to this video. Obviously this video is kind of funny, looking back at old photos is funny, but there's more of a serious side to this as well, and that's trans people find it really difficult to look back at old photos, which is kind of annoying, because baby photos can be embarrassing, but at the same time they're important, you know, so it's kind of tough. For the last time, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, comment down below if you want to see a part 2, and remember to subscribe to see more of my face. And I'll see you guys in another video.